Thank you for your presence. Namaste. Let us begin our practice for oneness. And there's a school of philosophy called Advaita Vedanta, which is non-dualistic or monistic, about self-knowledge and liberation. And this was propounded not first, but advanced by Adi Shankara in the 8th century. In it, Brahman is defined as the sole unchanging metaphysical reality. And this Brahman is identical to the individual soul, or Atman. The physical world, on the other hand, is always changing. According to Shankara, the individual Atman and Brahman seem different at the empirical level of reality. But this difference is only an illusion. And at the highest level of reality, they are really identical. Moksha means liberation from suffering and rebirth, and attaining immortality is attained through the disidentification from the body and mind complex and fully understanding the identity of Atman and Brahman. Spiritual liberation is the comprehension and realization of oneness between the individual soul and the infinite soul. This oneness with the eternal truth is realized by a process of withdrawal of mind from sense objects and identification with the universal. That process of negation of the physical can be found as the neti, not this, not the mind. I'm not just the body. I'm not just this physical, corporal manifestation, but I encompass a soul, and I'm part of this greater universal soul, the Brahman. So we'll take a moment to sit and breathe, to center in this idea of unity and oneness with Brahman, to dispel any separation or division. And in doing this, we'll hold chin mudra, touching the tip of the thumb to the tip of the first finger, and just letting them rest there on the thighs. Actually, with the palms facing upward. Joining the index finger with the thumb represents the connection of individual consciousness with universal consciousness. The limited perspective of the individual meets the expanded perspective of the infinite self and creates a spacious feeling in the body and mind. This powerful energy circuit helps to lift dull energy, calm the mind, and brighten the overall mood. Albert Einstein also understood this and said, "A human being is part of the whole, called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living creatures and the whole nature in its beauty." Advaita Vedanta has its roots in the Upanishads, these ancient Sanskrit texts, One of the Upanishads is the Manduka, and its quote is Ayamatama Brahma. That is, this Atman is Brahman. Now, going to continue with our connection by using poses that have binds. So please have a strap handy for you for those poses. And we'll come up to standing and do a few warm-ups while we're standing. Good. Now ready to move the arms up and press all 5 fingertips of one hand against the opposite hand, creating a sphere of energy, Hakini Mudra, and raise that up over the head and press the fingertips into one another, completing that circuit, that connection, and that oneness between right and left sides of the body. And now interlace the hands behind the head. Inhale, open the elbows, lift the chin up. Press the head back against the hands, and then on the exhale, bring the chin forward down to the chest, and the elbows forwards. Inhale, open the heart, lift up, and exhale, close the elbows, chin down. Just move at your own pace so that you're able to take complete breaths. Good. And then release the arms, clasp the hands behind the back, or hold a strap between the hands where your thumbs are pointed away from each other. Draw the shoulder blades in and down as you lift the heart up. Now press down through the heels. Lengthen the tailbone, pulling the navel to the spine. And slowly tilt the chin up into a little back bend. And then inhale, come up to the center. And now turn to the side of the mat. Take a wide stance with the feet. And start to fold halfway forward. Inhale, lift up through the kneecaps. And exhale, fold over the hips, letting the arms reach up and over the back. Yeah, try not to rush in the breath. Keep engaging the inner thighs. And then inhale, lift up to a straight back. Release the strap. Come down to a prone position on your stomach. Hands on either side of the chest for Cobra pose. Inhale, roll the front of the shoulders up. And exhale, press down through the hips, the fingertips. And breathing, feeling, connecting to the midline by squeezing the legs towards one another, hugging the elbows in towards the ribs. one final breath, lifting to your max. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Bring the arms back along the sides of the body and clasp the hands behind the back or use the strap to connect them. And then inhale, lift up the front of the shoulders. And exhale, press down through the hips, squeeze, and lift to cobra without the arms. Hands in yoga mudra. And release, lower the chest, release the hands. Let the heels open or windshield wiper the heels from side to side. And bend both knees, reach back, hold the ankles. We're in bow pose. Once more, press down through the hips, lift up in the shoulders, lift up in the knees, and breathe. Creating this powerful circuit of energy between the hands and the feet, making that connection with oneness between the top of the body and the bottom. And release and rest, chin to the other side. Okay, push yourself up to kneeling. And ease yourself back to child's pose. Letting the hips move back, the sitting bones down. And gradually softening the upper back so the head can drop. Now, after a little rest, come up to table pose. Good. Balance on the left leg, extend the right leg back, lift it up. Point, flex, circle the ankle, whatever feels necessary. And then extend the left arm, balancing. Bring the left hand back towards the left hip. Turn the right knee out to the side and bring the right foot up towards the left hand. When you find it with the hand, bind hand to ankle and lift back up into table, balancing, breathing, using the bind to create oneness. And release the bind and rest back, hands and knees down. You can have some cat and cow. Exhale to angry cat back, tucking the tailbone. Inhale to sway back cow, looking up. Now let's balance on the other side. Extend the left leg, lift it up, and sense if you need to circle the ankle, spread the toes, wiggle the toes, and reach out with the right arm. Engage in the core, keep that balance, and bring the right hand back by the right hip. Turn the left knee out to the side and bring the left foot up to meet the right hand. And then extend the left knee back out, lift it up, lift up your heart, lift up your spirit, and enjoy this oneness of connection, hand to foot, Atman with Brahman. And then release that foot. Lower down and come up into a nice little down dog. Lift the knees, claw the mat with the hands. And on the inhale, soften the knees. On the exhale, lengthen the legs and arms. Inhale, look forward, step the right foot up between the hands, and lower the left knee down. Inhale, lift the hands up to the right knee, roll the shoulders back. And exhale, engage more in the core, draw in through the navel. Use the muscular energy of the legs to ground you into the floor and rise up through the heart, through the hands, moving from the core, look up. Good, and release. Bring the hands down to the inside of the right knee and widen the right foot for lizard lunge. Inhale, lengthen the arms. And exhale, bend the elbows, squeeze in the inner thighs. And pulse comfortably with your breath to gently stretch the hips and thighs, progressing slowly, patiently, with deep, complete breaths. Inhale, lift the chest up, pivot the back knee, twisting the left foot behind you. And the right arm will be inside the right knee. Lift the left arm up, over the left ear, side angle from kneeling position. Pull the navel in, lengthen the tailbone. Work through the inner thighs to stay steady. Add a bind with this by taking your strap or the left arm behind your back. So with the strap, hold in the left hand, take it behind the back, and reach under the right thigh with the right hand. Then start to lift the left shoulder up. Pull the tailbone down. Breathe. Release the bind, release the strap. Good. Then start to straighten the front knee, come to a forward bend. And finishing that exhale. Inhale, release, and step right foot back. Step left foot forward. Inhale, lift the hands up to the left knee, roll the shoulders back, and exhale, pull the navel in, deepen the hips, engage in the pelvic floor, inner thighs, even the buttocks. Firming, hugging the muscles to the bone. And now you can lift the arms with confidence. Hakini Mudra, connecting the fingertips together. Hug to the midline. Left and right sides. 1. And release. Bring the hands down to the inside of the left knee and widen the left foot to the side. Come to the lizard lunge to stretch the hips. Inhale, lengthen the arms, roll the shoulders back. And exhale, bend the elbows, pull the navel in, tighten the inner thighs. Inhale, lift the left arm up, and exhale, bend the elbows, pull the navel in, tighten the inner thighs. Tighten the inner thighs. And use your deep breath to stay connected. To take the pose to the infinite. And inhale, straighten the arms, pivot with the back knee, turn that back foot behind you, the left arm inside the front leg, lift the right arm up and over the right ear, side angle from this kneeling position. Stay like that, or bind the right hand behind the back, the left arm under the thigh, and clasp the hands so that you can start to open the chest now. Lift the right shoulder up, lift the right side of the head up, and turn your gaze to look up. And release the bind. Straighten the left leg and forward bend. And step the left foot back. And come to hero pose. We'll just sit down on the heels or between the heels. Squeeze the shins into the midline. And get a nice stretch in the tops of the thighs. Pulling the navel in, and if you want to deepen that stretch in the quads, bring the hands behind. Maybe the hands are on the soles of the feet, hero pose, or lift the hips up, go into more of a back bend, or even getting down to the elbows and binding the hands to the ankles. So another binding pose, hands to ankles. And lift yourself up. Come off the heels. Lift the hips up high to a high kneeling position for camel, Ustrasana. Start with hands on the back of the hips, lifting the heart. Now squeeze the buttocks, firm the inner thighs, and reach down to the heels with the hands. Binding again, hands and feet together, creating that oneness. And inhale, lift the arms up to the sky, lift up out of the lower back, and exhale, hands down. Curl the toes under, step to the front, and inhale, roll the back up. Lift the arms, Hakini Mudra, squeezing together. Now step the right foot back, warrior one. Bend the left knee. Hug to the midline with the fingertips pressing together. Navel drawing to the spine. And now bring the arms behind, clasp hands behind the back, Yoga Mudra, or hold the strap, and start to fold forward, hands up over the back. Release the hands down, step the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, hands to knees, shoulders back, And exhale, fold over straight legs, lifting the tummy. Inhale, lift all the way up to stand, touching the hands. Hakini Mudra, step the left foot back, bend the right knee, Warrior One. Feel with your feet when you have a good foundation for the pose, and then connect through the midline, right and left sides together. Oneness. And then bring the arms behind the back, Yoga Mudra. Clasp the hands, roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades in, navel to the spine, and start to fold, Humble Warrior. Lift the hands up over the back. And release the hands. And step the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold all the way, head to toes. Inhale, lift up to stand. Touch the palms. Exhale, rest the arms down. Now you may want the strap for the next pose. Standing balance. This is Hasta Pada Gustasana, this hand to foot. So you can use the strap to make your arms longer and put the strap around the right foot. If you're using the strap, and lift the right knee up. And then extend the right leg forward into the strap. Maybe you have to choke up on the strap, shorten it, so that you're not leaning back with your shoulders. Good, very good. Now take the right leg out to the side. Open the right leg to the right. Maybe you need to extend the left arm for counterbalance. That's fine. Tuck the tailbone under, lift the heart, smile, and now bring the right leg forward. Good. This is where it gets interesting. Both hands to the foot or to the strap and fold towards that foot a little bit maybe. Lifting the elbows, armpits up, and release. All right, enough of that side. Should we do it without the strap? Yeah, let's try it. Other side. Now, balance on the right leg. Lift the left knee up and bind. I like to go, some people bind at the big toe. I prefer to try the outer edge of the foot. A little easier on those toe joints. And you press that left foot forward, lift it up. Roll the shoulders back, navel in. Good, good. Now I'll open that left leg to the side. Great. Breathe. And the left leg forward, both hands to the left foot. And folding towards the left leg, or not, as the case may be. There we are. Release down. Hooray, you did it. And rest the arms. Let's do something same now. Come back to the front of the mat for Warrior Two. Step right foot back. And open the right toes 90 degrees. Walk that foot to the back of the mat. Bend the left knee. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, pull the navel in. Squeeze in the core. And bring the left elbow down to the left leg and the right arm over the right ear. Side angle. Different options. Keep the elbow on the knee or bring the left hand down to the mat. Or you want another option, bring the right arm behind the back, left arm under the thigh, behind the hands. And now start to lift that right shoulder up and draw the shoulder blades in and the navel to the spine. Look up. Now release. Step the left foot back. A vinyasa, or just switch sides. If you're coming to vinyasa, inhale high plank. Exhale low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, look up, step right foot forward. Turn the left toes out. Rise up, warrior two. Switch on those powerful thigh muscles, glutes. Use that strength. Take it into Parshvakonasana, extended side angle. The left arm comes over the left ear. You can start with the right elbow on the right knee. Keep it there, or bring the right hand down to the mat. Now that left foot may have to go back farther to the back of the mat in order to reach down that low. Maybe experiment with the bind. Left arm behind the back, right arm under the right thigh. Holding, hands, lift the left shoulder up. Lift the left side of the head up. Release, hands down, right foot back to downward dog. This time, just step to the halfway to the front of the mat. Widen the feet for a squat, malasana. So we're squatting. Here, I'll face. Maybe the toes turn out some. The elbows are inside the knees. Hands coming to the heart. Chin level. All right. I'm going to twist. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Lift the right arm up. And yes, you could bind in this position, taking the right arm behind, the left arm in front of the knee. Yeah. Look up over the right shoulder, or else you just have your arms extended. Now to the other side. Bring the right hand down, lift the left arm up. Maybe there's a possibility of a bind here behind the back. Or not. Here you can just keep the arms extended. And release that. Hands down, lift the hips up. Come into relaxed forward bend. Okay, we're going to try Bird of Paradise. So take that left arm, reach it from front to back, underneath that left thigh. The right arm, reach behind the back. Maybe hold the strap in that right hand. Take it behind the back and connect with the left hand. Okay, the knees are bent so you can make that bind. Now I want you to try and straighten the knees. Look up over the right shoulder. Pull the shoulder blades down into the back, navel to the spine. Okay, and if you've gotten this far, shift your weight to the right leg, tap that left foot in closer. Now all the weight's in your right foot. Start to look up. Lift up slowly. Come up to stand. Roll the shoulders back. Pull the navel in. And very carefully begin to straighten the left leg. And you have bird of paradise. Maybe you're even looking over the right shoulder. Or maybe you've fallen out of the pose and are ready to try again on the other side. Here we go. Bend forward. Take the strap in the left hand, take it behind the back. Bend the knees deeply, reach from the front to the back with the right hand under the right thigh. Shift your weight to the left. Begin to straighten both legs. And see if you can look up over that left shoulder with knees straight. If that's good, shift your weight over to the left foot, toe touch with the right. Now start to look up, lift up, balance on that left foot, all four corners of the left foot, and you're standing. Roll the shoulders back. Begin to straighten the right leg to the side. Look to the opposite direction. That's where I run into problems. Okay, and when you're done, let that go. Let's just come down to seated. Let's come to Paschimottanasana. Seated forward bend. Inhale, draw the lower back in. Press the heels down. And exhale, fold forward over the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, melt forward. Relaxing deeper. If you can, reach to the feet and you want to bind. Common practice is take 2 fingers between the big toe and the second toe, and the thumb around the outside of the big toe. Lift up the elbows, lift up the armpits, and fold forward. Another way to bind the feet, and maybe is a little more anatomically helpful, is to hold the outer edges of the feet and press with the thumbs forward between the knuckle of the big toe and the second toe. This way you keep the soles of the feet flat, parallel to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift the back up to a straight back. And then let's lift that right knee up and take the right arm inside the right knee, Mrichiyasana. The right upper arm goes in front of the right knee. The right hand wraps behind, and you might be using the strap here to connect the hands together and hold behind the back as you start this forward bend. So stay strong in the quads, squeeze the knee cap, flex the ankle. Inhale to the back of the neck and spine. And exhale, fold forward if that's comfortable. Other side, Marichyasana, lift the left knee up. Oops. Still on? Good. Bring the left heel in. Now there's maybe one hand width between that heel and that right thigh. Reach the left arm inside the knee and wrap the left arm around the side so the left hand comes behind and the right hand maybe finds that left hand to bind, or you hold the strap. Inhale, lift the front of the shoulders, and exhale, pull the navel in, tighten the kneecap. Now, release this side also. Let's try the heron pose. Lift the right knee once more. This time, hold the right foot with the hands on either side, or put a strap around the foot. And lift that leg up. Roll the shoulders back. And exhale, extend the leg, bringing that right leg up towards the chest. Okay, now this gets interesting. Just bend the right knee out to the side, cradle it a bit. And then switch to the other leg. We're not going to get too involved there. We're going to do heron again, holding the left foot or the strap around the left foot, and extend the left leg up. Roll the shoulders back, pull the navel in. Inhale, soften the knee, lift your heart, and exhale, lengthen, extend the leg, and draw it a little closer to the chest. I know what I did wrong. Okay, release that leg down and extend it out. All right. And bring yourself to reclining pose. And we're going to do a bridge pose. If you like to use the strap in the bridge pose, put the strap in front of both ankles. So we're going to lie back on the spine, have the strap in front of both ankles, tuck the shoulder blades under the back, arch the lower spine, and bring the heels up nice and close to the sitting bones. Now pull on the ends of the straps, lift the hips up, come up to bridge pose. If you don't need the strap, you can hold on to the ankles directly, either from the inside or the outside, and lift up higher on the inhale, and squeeze the buttocks and thighs more on the exhale. Once more, binding hands and feet together, creating oneness in the different parts of our body. And release, lower the buttocks down. Great. Now open the knees apart into a cobbler pose, reclining, soles of the feet together, and a comfortable, natural arch in the lower back. Inhale and exhale, letting the spine flex and extend. And reach the legs out straight. Lift the arms up overhead. Squeeze the inner edges of the feet together. And all 10 fingertips press together over the head. Hakini Mudra. deep breath. And then start to relax the arms and legs. Take any final stretch you need, if it's knees to chest or happy baby, any final movement, stretch, or you're ready to start relaxing in Shavasana and putting on any necessary sweaters or blankets to stay warm. And let yourself relax more in Shavasana. Letting the arms and legs take up all the space you could possibly want. Turning the palms face up. You could do this meditation seated. So relax your breathing. Just let it flow in an unbroken stream without pause between inhale or an exhale. And scan through your body from the head to the toes, releasing any tension, settling your body in comfortably. Now bring your attention to the breath as it touches the nostrils. Give some time to really be aware of this sensation in the nostrils. Noticing the touch, the cool touch of the inhalation, and then the smooth transition to the exhalation. Now bring your attention to a place above the eyebrow center, in the center of the forehead. This is the Guru chakra. Here is where we pay homage to the lineage of teachers who guide your practice and from whom this meditation originates. For me, this is the Himalayan tradition. The Guru chakra contains the eternal flame, a light that is never extinguished. Let a portion of that flame, a small lamp, lead the way as you make your way down to the heart center. It is as if this flame travels before you, moving out from the eyebrow center and down the front of your body to a point just below and to the left of the sternum. At this point, you find an opening to a cave. The light goes before you into the cave and guides you towards the other end. As you emerge from the other end of the cave, the light disappears and you find yourself in a garden where there's a beautiful pond. And at the center of this pond is a white lotus. Now you sit in your meditation posture at the edge of the pond. In front of you is the lotus. And around this lotus are 8 leaves fanned out. And on each of these leaves is a small flame illuminating the leaf and the space just around it. And we bring our hands mentally to the heart in Anjali Mudra. With gratitude, we bow to this first leaf and the light on it. This leaf represents the manifestation of the earth element. And we bow in gratitude for this solid firmament the form of all beings, and a portion of that earth that is in my own body. To you I bow in gratitude. Now moving clockwise to the next leaf, we mentally bow with a sense of gratitude. This is the element of water that has manifested as oceans, lakes, rivers, streams, and ponds, rain. And a portion of this water element is given into my own body. To you I bow in gratitude. Moving clockwise to the next petal, the third light. You have manifested as the many lights of this universe, sun, moon, and stars, lightning and fire. And you have given me a portion of that heat and light for my own metabolism and for the discrimination in my mind. To you I bow in gratitude. And moving clockwise to the next petal, the fourth light. You have manifested as the air element, the nourisher of plants and shrubs, as well as every breathing being. Your presence surrounds us as the atmosphere. And you have given a portion of that air to me as my own sustenance, moving in and out of my lungs. To you I bow in gratitude. Moving clockwise to the fifth petal, the light which shines upon it, you have manifested as space, pervading this entire universe and forming a subtle link that joins all things, and you have given me the space I occupy for my own body. To you I bow in gratitude. And moving clockwise to the next petal, the sixth light. You take the form of countless individual identities. And you are the very essence of my own identity. To you I bow in gratitude. And on to the seventh petal and the light which shines upon it. You are the moon-like quality of nature, feminine, receptive, full of love and compassion, intuitive and nurturing. To you I bow in gratitude. And then on to the eighth and final petal, and the light shining upon it. You are the sun-like quality of nature, masculine, active, outward moving, decisive, and discriminating. To you I bow in gratitude. And now we turn our attention to the lotus at the center. Here is a ninth light, more radiant than all the others, and illuminating the whole space. This light seems to emerge from the lotus itself in a beautiful vision of light and flower. Bowing before this light, you're brought into a vast cosmic space, sky-like in every direction. And this space is filled with light, radiant and calm. In this vast field of light, you feel no disturbances or waves. You are surrounded by it, as if your mind is filled by nothing but light. You sense that you are that light. And as your awareness spreads out, just as the light in you expands to infinity, you are no longer simply imagining the light, but identify with its feeling and presence. And rest in this experience, in this presence of the light. And gently let the mantra Soham come to mind. Repeating Soham with each breath in, the sound So mentally forms in your mind. And with each breath out, the sound Hum mentally forms in your mind. This mantra, Soham, meaning also that Atman is Brahman. I am that. As you now return to the pond with the lotus, we once more pay homage to the teaching lineage. Om Guru Bhoyo Namaha. Om Guru Bhoyo Namaha. Om Guru Bhoyo Namaha. And mentally move back from the heart up to the throat center, and then from the throat center to the eyebrow center. And gradually bringing your awareness back outward into the room around you. And start to deepen your breath, stretch and move in your body. And as you're ready, return up to an easy seated pose. I bow to the oneness of all of us together and with the infinite. Namaste.